Guys, Volkswagen mechanic back with another video on doing stuff in Volkswagens, and today I'm going to show you how to do a lot of things with the fluids under your hood. Now, most of you guys probably know how to, do all this stuff. I'm not being prejudiced or anything. I'm sorry if you feel that way. I'm not stereotyping or being prejudiced or no offense, guys. Guys, you should know how to do this, so if you're a guy and you know how to do this, then you should probably just turn off my video right where it is now, because you probably know how to check all your fluids and fill them, if you know what you're doing. Now, some guys don't, and then some women, I will compliment, do know how to do this stuff. So if you're a woman and you know how to check your fluids and fill them, then turn off my video right here and don't watch it anymore. But if you don't know what you're doing, anyone that doesn't know what they're doing with their fluids, this is the video for you to watch. So, this is my 2011 Volkswagen Jetta. In fact, a few minutes ago, I just did the how to replace the bulb in your left inner tail light. So, make sure you watch that if you need to know how to do that. So, I'm going to show you how to check various fluids and how to fill them and things. So anyway, the first thing you're going to want to do is open the hood. The hood lever will be right here on the left of the driver's, at least 2011, 2014 it will be, pretty much. Okay. And then you're going to want to put your hand underneath the lever, will be there. I'll set you guys down for a minute, I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. So, read any warnings there are before you do anything. Like here, it says radiator fan may start at any time. Now that's only if you have the car running. So if you're not running the car, which you probably won't be if you're checking fluids, don't mind that. But if you are, then be. And then it says high voltage, switch off engine before touching ignition system. So, again, that probably doesn't apply because you'll probably have the engine off anyway, and we're not worrying about the ignition system. The last one we probably should worry about is overfilled engine oil can damage catalyst. They probably mean like catalytic converter and stuff. So don't overfill the engine oil. Well, if it's an older car, it's not really bad. If it's a almost brand new car or a brand new car, then do not overfill the oil because it can damage the system, since the system is very tight when it is new. But if it's an older car, like this car is 9 years old, then it's probably not going to matter if you overfill it some, because it's just gonna, it's looser. So this is a 2.5 liter engine, V5. Actually, it's not a V, it's just a straight 5, I think. So anyway, I need to go get some materials to do this with. So some of the materials you want to get, like if you're going to fill the oil, you're going to want to get oil. If you're going to fill the power steering fluid, you're going to want to get power steering fluid, and so on with all the fluids. One thing I'm going to get is some newspaper to wipe the oil on, because if you just ran the car like we probably did about half an hour ago, then you might need to wipe the oil off, because it'll be shot up, all shot up the dipstick. Wait, oh yeah, I need a screwdriver too for that power steering. Okay, got my supplies. Okay, so first one we're going to do, probably the most common one, which almost everyone probably knows how to do, is the oil. Now, to check it, I'll just run through it with you, even though you probably know how to do it. To check it, there'll be this dipstick here. You want to pull that out, just make sure to pull it straight so you don't break the handle. Okay, there we go. And if you recently ran the car, like I said, I brought some newspaper to do this, but wipe the oil on it. So it doesn't read wrongly. Okay, so I wiped it off. Oh, yuck, there's still some oil on there. Okay. Okay, that's better. Okay, Then you're going to want to stick it back down in. And then pull it back out. As you can see, ours is pretty much okay. It might be like 1 bar low, but who knows? That's fine. Or no, I think it's overfilled because. Oh yeah, it's over max because, or it's at max because I've recently filled it. So in this car we use 5W30. Now if it's brand new, you should probably use the oil they recommend. But which who knows what it is. We use 5W30 right now. But if it's an older car, you can probably get away with like probably 5W30, 10W30. You can probably get away with either of those or any of those. Now I'm talking Volkswagen Jettas 2011 to 2014. So anyway, and then to fill the engine oil, there'll be a cap up here. And let's read the warning first before we do anything. It's kind of hard to see because it's oiled. And it says, to avoid damage to catalytic converter, oil must not exceed maximum mark. Now don't worry about that because that's, if the engine's really young, then yeah, you better not overfill it. But if it's older, then it's probably, you can probably get away with it. And then it says Castrol on there, and da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, and it has the oil symbol and the manual symbol. So twist it to the left, take it out, and you can see that leaves a hole, and that leads to the oil pan probably. And then you'll bring your carton of oil and you'll pour it in. In this case, I don't need to, so I'll just shut it back up again. I don't think I need to. So. Okay, that's done. And then the next one I'll show you to do is the coolant. Now the coolant is over here, and it's in this round container thing. And you don't need to open the top to check it. You can just zoom in. I mean, I'm zooming in on it for you, but you can just look through at it. And as you can see, it says min at the bottom of that, and there's little X's between, and there's a top line. As long as the line is not below min, then it's fine. Right now, in fact, it's above the top line, so we're good. So, yeah, just don't, yeah, as long as it's above min, it's fine. And then to fill it, the top on here, you'll want to remove this top. Here, screw it to the left, and then pour your coolant in, and then turn it to the right again. And you'll hear a click when you got it right. Okay. And again, I don't need to put any of that in, so. And then next one is the power steering. So with this one, 2011, 2014, well, most cars have that. My dad's old 2003 Jetta has the same thing. There's this cap here with a groove in the middle. Some cars it is, at least some Volkswagens. And so you want to insert a flathead screwdriver. Be careful not to round out the plastic. And gently, ooh, that wasn't good. Gently turn it to the left. Why is that not turning? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, gently turn it to the left, like, this way. Okay. Then you'll pull it out. There'll be a dipstick on the bottom of it, and there's a little reservoir in there. Let me check it. There'll be a max and a min, just like everything else. And it's way above max, because it's not leaking, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's leaking, and we filled it. We filled it like last summer or something, or last fall, so it's fine. Then you're going to want to turn it. Actually, yeah. To the left, kind of, or right, whatever. And then, I would show you how to check the brake fluid, but the brake fluid, see, I said in my taillight video that they scrunch stuff up in here so bad that you can hardly get to it. So this brake fluid, it's really hard to take off the, I mean, it can be done, take off the top without removing the engine cover, but it would be much easier if you remove the engine cover. So I'm not going to show you how to check that, but basically, you would just take right now, actually, you could just look through at the level, which is kind of hard to see, but if you're just checking it, then you can look through at the level. But if you're filling it, you open the top and pour in the stuff. But if you're going to fill it, you're going to have to take off the engine cover, because as you can see, it's right above there. It's right under that part. And then the last one, but certainly not least, and this one's pretty easy, is the windshield washer fluid. And that they usually have a blue cap in all cars. And so to check it, you can usually just look at the tank. Now in this car I can't because there's this long neck here. Unless the neck's filled, it's kind of hard to see it. But anyway, to fill it, you take off this cap, and there'll be this little screen thing inside here. So leave that in, because that screens out like the dirt and stuff, the dirt. And then this is the one that I do need to fill. So, well, I'm not sure. It's not really, it doesn't say, I don't know how low it is, but I'm going to fill it right now to show you guys. Oh, and a tip from me, guys, if you're filling the oil on a different note, then, and it's like an almost full oil container or a full oil container, then make sure that you turn the thing sideways so it doesn't spill out so fast, because it can be hard to keep up with if it's spilling out fast. So anyway, yeah, that was on a different note. That wasn't windshield washing, that was oil. Engine oil, sorry. Okay, so take that cover off. It kind of doesn't want to stay up, but... And then this is my windshield washer fluid. It's winter formula from Walmart. -20 protection. Okay, so I'm going to pour. I might miss, okay? And it might kind of not go in immediately, because the screen might catch it a little, but it should go in, okay? And watch the neck or tank or whatever you're filling to make sure that when, because you don't want to overfill it or else it might spill over. You don't want that happening, probably. Spilling over the top. Boy, it's taking quite a bit. Oh, there I say about overfilling it, and I'm overfilling it myself. It's up to the brim, like literally. Okay, shut the cap tight, make sure it's on there good. And it's really full. In fact, I overfilled it. Well, it spilled over the top, but overfilling the windshield washer fluid doesn't really hurt, except that it spills over the top, but anyway. Okay, I'll show you the windshield washing fluid that I use. Ugh. It's Super Tech Winter Formula windshield washer fluid. Cleans windshields and prevents icing of the system in freezing weather. -20 protection. If you live in cold areas, this or lower temperature protection is what you want to get, because you will need protection from really cold temperatures so it doesn't freeze. That would be really bad if it broke. Oh, and another tip from me, as far as the windshield washer fluid, you might be able to get away with this in the summer or in the spring and fall as long as it's warm, but do not try this in the winter or whenever it's cold, because it can really hurt the sorry that it's blurry. Oh, there we go. It could freeze and then expand. And now if you have expansion, it could freeze, expand, and break the tank, and that would be bad. So don't ever put water in here if it's cold or in the winter. If it's ever cold, do not put water in here. Actually, it's a good idea probably never to put it in there ever. And then this coolant system also, never put water in here. Now you should probably use the pre-diluted coolant, because it's 50-50, like 50 coolant, 50 water, so that's a good one. But don't put straight water in here if it's cold, and try never to do it, because then if it froze, it would expand and burst the hoses and the radiator and the tank and whatever else it had in it was in. So yeah, then that would be kind of a costly repair to get a new radiator and hoses and a tank, and I don't think anyone here would want to be paying that, so I wouldn't do that if I were you. Actually, my dad did that once because it was in the winter time and he put coolant in the put coolant. I'm sorry, guys. I'm closing the hood. He put coolant in the tank. I mean water in the coolant tank or whatever. He filled it with water because it was leaking coolant actually, and it was in the winter time, and it went in there and damaged a bunch of things. What he should have done is just fix the coolant leak right away, but it wasn't fixed for a while, and it just leaked, and he just kept pouring in water, I guess, or whatever coolant he could find, and then the coolant froze, and it hurt a bunch of things. I think it hurt the radiator, in fact, and that's a really costly job. We had to put a new radiator in this car because it was rusted because of the salt, and then all the coolant leaked out overnight, so that's a costly job. It was $1,000 to put in a new radiator, just so, yeah, and then that was the end of that car, because it burst. I think it messed up the radiator and stuff. Okay, thanks for watching this video, guys, and if it helps you, please, if it helps you and you like it, press that thumbs up button. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications on my newest videos. And make sure to watch my other content too. Oh, and one last note. If you think these headlights are cool in this car, tell me down in the comments if you think so or not. I think they're cool. Thanks for watching. Bye.